The Louisiana Center for Children's Rights was founded in 2006 after the New Orleans justice system collapsed in Hurricane Katrina. We were responding to a history of neglect and abuse of children in Louisiana's juvenile justice system. Our founders believed that public defenders are uniquely positioned to make a long-term difference for at-risk youth. By helping children, we can improve the safety and prosperity of our cities. But today, it is still true that there are too many children caught in a harmful cycle of arrest and incarceration, merely because they haven't been given the supports they need. Too few children have the advocates they deserve. Our mission is to defend the right of every Louisiana child to fairness, dignity, and opportunity. Over the next 3 years, the Louisiana Center for Children's Rights has 3 objectives. First, we are a national model for transformative advocacy, so we're developing the tools to spread our innovations nationwide. Next, we aim to reduce the number of children on formal probation in New Orleans by 25%. This would break the harmful cycle of arrest and incarceration by connecting youth with community-based supports. Third, we'll advocate for freedom and successful community reintegration for all children in Louisiana's prisons. Today, 90% of those children are effectively denied the right to counsel. We want to ensure their right to liberty and a real second chance. To accomplish these goals, we need reliable, multi-year funding. The Louisiana Center for Children's Rights has crafted a replicable, best practices model of transformative youth advocacy. Our success comes from 4 key aspects of our model. First, we've embraced rigorous data collection and program evaluation. Second, we have unique access that helps our clients achieve both their legal and life goals. As counselors and advocates to the great majority of New Orleans' system-involved youth, we have an unparalleled chance to help them obtain the supports and opportunities they need. Third, we've developed real expertise in our subject matter. Nationally, juvenile defense is often treated as a training ground, but our staff are career professionals who understand both legal advocacy and adolescent development. Lastly, we've built the partnerships and collaborations to become a hub, connecting youth with a network of community partners that provide the supports that children need to thrive. Our work is to defend children and help them achieve their legal and life goals. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. A child arrested for a fight at school doesn't just need help in court. He needs his lawyer to come with him to his expulsion hearing, to win his readmission, and ensure that special education supports are in place. He needs a social worker to recognize that his anger and anxiety stem from trauma and to refer him to counseling. He needs a youth advocate to help him get across town to his counselor, to visit him at home and school, to give him guidance and support. And he needs an investigator to find the community members who will testify to his strengths, like a commitment to church or volunteering at a community center. We're going to make sure that he has those things. We're there for our kids wherever they need us. Our model involves building relationships with our clients and monitoring their progress long-term. We're changing individual lives, and we're also transforming the juvenile justice system. The Louisiana Center for Children's Rights succeeds when we help children achieve their legal and life goals. There are a number of measures we use to gauge our success. For one thing, we measure the months of needless incarceration saved when we advocate for early release on behalf of youth who've demonstrated growth and development. We also look at overall client satisfaction. We track the number of youth detained pretrial, since pretrial detention does more harm than good by drawing children deeper in the justice system. Another important measure is how many grade levels our clients advanced in school while we were working with them, because educational attainment is a key buffer against delinquency. We want community members, policymakers, clients, and supporters alike to know that we are unique, a nonprofit that focuses solely on the defense of justice system-involved children. We're not a government agency, and for the most part, government will not pay for what we do. We think people should know that we go beyond where most advocates stop. Our teams work beyond the courthouse walls to give our clients the supports and opportunities they need to thrive. A safe and nurturing home, a strong education, meaningful economic opportunity, physical and mental health, the support of caring adults, structured activities, and civic engagement. With our expertise, access, and relationships of trust with our clients, we can make a transformational difference in their lives and in the safety and prosperity of our cities. At our founding in 2006, we became, and we remain, the only nonprofit public defender in the country focused only on the defense of children. In 2012, we became the only line public defender in Louisiana to receive funding directly from the state. This recognized our role as a flagship model program, providing leadership and support statewide. And since we adopted our holistic model of advocacy, there's been a 36% drop in the New Orleans juvenile prison population, far outpacing a citywide drop in delinquency rates. Louisiana Center for Children's Rights was born in response to an acute crisis, Hurricane Katrina, which highlighted New Orleans' failing justice system. And we wanted to counter a history of neglect and abuse in the juvenile justice system across Louisiana. Too few people saw that our children will succeed if they're given a chance. Too frequently, there was nobody who would fight to give them that chance. LCCR changed that. We brought new commitment and an innovative approach to advocacy for children in Louisiana's juvenile justice system. But we continue to struggle with severe underfunding. Government provides less than 50% of our budget. We've responded by developing a model for private fundraising and by working to demonstrate our effectiveness through external evaluation. With additional funding, we would add a holistic advocacy team to provide early release advocacy and comprehensive reintegration support for all children in Louisiana's juvenile prisons. Historically, 90% of those youth have been effectively denied the right to counsel, which means the right to liberty and a real second chance. Next, we would add a lawyer to build our technical assistance resource bank and work with defender offices statewide and nationally to help them adopt the successful aspects of our model of practice. And with greater resources, we would bring on a full-time policy advocate to build a more robust policy reform initiative to help us effect systemic change in the juvenile justice system across Louisiana. Most of Louisiana's at-risk youth aren't given the holistic legal advocacy that can change their lives. They don't have in-depth psychosocial assessments when they're arrested. They don't have education advocates to knit them back into school. They don't have investigators who will challenge the state's evidence. They don't have lawyers who will stand up for them at trial and beyond. We want to see our model of advocacy transform the life of every at-risk child in Louisiana's juvenile justice system, and we don't want it to stop there. We want to reinvent juvenile public defense nationwide until there are no more children arrested or in jail.